guys, welcome back to the Mostly Meera podcast, and welcome to another special episode with my favourite person. My mum's in this episode, but before we get started, we have two things to review, because you know the Dubai chocolate has been going viral. Now you've seen it everywhere. We've seen it. We went to a market the other day. We saw it there.
Yeah, so biscuits and cake. Didn't we?
Yeah, they had cake and the cookies. We've seen it. Where else have you seen it?
I just sent it at my grocery store. They had the little nuggets there, as well as the chocolate bar.
So Dubai chocolate is basically a viral chocolate that is a chocolate bar filled with pistachio cream filling and kanafe, which is like
Sev?
sev, but like sweet sev.
Vermicelli,
but
sweet
fried.
vermicelli.
Yeah, but like it's crunchy. So we're gonna try it. So I bought this from our bakery, which is called Wilton's. They have two locations. I will not be disclosing which location I got it from because I don't want stalkers, but we're going to try it and see if it is nice. It was £17, which is on the pricey range. However, it does say that they make this in-house, so correct me if I'm wrong though, but it is all fresh ingredients, made in-house. So, and I'm not a sweet person, but I do like pistachios. So let's see if this is any good. Right. What do they do in the video? They snap it, don't they? Right, let's see if I can snap it. Get a good... Ah! There we go. So that's the inside. I got 3 squares. Here you go. I'll just drop some on my foot. All right, I'll give some to my producer because you can try some. You can try the bigger bit because I'm not a chocolate sweet person. There we go. You want to try it? You're going to try it with mints in your mouth. That's gross. You're going to put it to one side of your mouth. Are you going to talk in this episode or not? Okay.
Extremely rich.
It's good though.
It looks like Madame Pistadut.
Yeah, we have this milk when we celebrate things. It's that has almonds, pistachio, saffron. It's got a very similar taste. I quite like that.
It's literally liquid, as in a solid form of that drink.
I'm covered in chocolate now. But it is really nice.
You couldn't have too much. You could have just 1 square. It's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the 17 quid. Yeah. If you're in any of the locations, I'll tag Wilton's below. But it is really, really good chocolate. And any thoughts? No. A thumbs up, a thumbs up. She said thumbs up as well. So our next one, without exposing my address, is a skin oil. I haven't even opened this. So this is my second bottle that I've got. It's made by Karishma and it's called Kish Skin, and it is rosehip oil, but it's for your face and it's a brightening oil. It is actually one of the most nicest oils I've used on my face. Now I haven't got any makeup on my face. I've only got the Kish Skin rosehip oil. This is my second package. She wraps it up so nicely. She puts so much effort, bless her. Look, she does little stickers. She's got a whole thing in there. Oh, bless. She's giving me a headband for free as well. Oh, bless. And there's some more stickers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I got a little bracelet. A little hair clip. Oh, my goodness. Oh, loads of little stickers. What does this one say? Go where your energy is reciprocated and appreciated. Never forget how beautiful your soul is. There's another one somewhere in there. No rain, no flowers. So yeah, this is one of my favorite skin oils. And you know me, how fussy and sensitive my skin. Can you speak, please? Use words.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I've seen you there's literally a library of bottles.
I'm really fussy about my skin. I don't just put anything on there because I will break out. Oh, look how nice. Look at this. It's called Rose Hip to the Rescue, and it's such a nice oil. I will do a TikTok or Instagram about this when I actually use it.
It's packaged beautifully.
It's stunning. So well done, Krishma. Like, really proud of you. This is amazing. Right, let's get into the podcast. Right, guys, now we've got all that done. Let us start with the podcast. So now, as you know, back with my mum. So I'm going to just grill her for this episode, really, and like see what kind of tea we can get out of.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So my first question is, if you could wish anything for me, what would it be that's not like a generalized wish?
Well, seeing how hard you're working at it, I would wish you like really success in your career, that whatever you wished for to aim for your career, you'd get, because you're aiming that way and you're trying to build it. And that's what I want to see. I want to see you really like as you like fly through whatever you're trying to aim for.
Okay, so that means watch my podcast, give me like 5-star ratings, please. I'm trying to build a studio here, so I need like the ratings and the RPMs to like pay me, because I'm not getting paid for this at the moment. So help me, guys. Mine would be, I wish that you were more selfish and took care of you first before you do everybody else.
I don't think I could change. I tried.
No,
I do try.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, and I believe in fact, I could guarantee a lot of moms will say, yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. I always put my kids and my husband before me. It's always been. It's something, I don't know. You either have it or you don't.
Well, yeah. And do you know, guys, how long it's taken me to make sure she gets her hair done, her eyebrows done? Like, even things that are small as that. Even my producer, to get her nails done and like eyebrows done after years of like just whatever,
immaculate,
but focusing on kids. Like, and I think my hairdresser, her name is Layla, she's amazing. She said it to me. She goes to me like, because she takes care of herself, even though she's got like 4 daughters and she's amazing, but she takes care of herself, like really does. And she takes pride in her appearance. And like every time I go get my hair done or like get my lashes done, because her daughter's the one that does my lashes, she always says to me like, oh, I love that Meera always takes time for herself. And I think I've learned that ironically by watching you not do it.
I see.
Do you see what I mean?
So don't commit my mistakes, basically.
I don't think it was a mistake. You didn't have a choice.
You
didn't add that, especially you kind of just grew into that stage where you couldn't do it, and now like you have time to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had the choices and the freedom that you do now, I think you would have done what I did and given yourself time.
Yeah.
Whereas at that time you had no freedom, no choice.
Not really, no.
So yeah, I think that's one thing that I do repeat a lot of episodes, and a lot of like everyone does say it to me that, oh my god, we do relate. That even when you become a mom, if you are a mom, or like even if you just have like 10 cats, like doesn't matter or how busy you are, you have to take time for yourself, because if you don't, you will fall into that trap where you just don't do anything.
Yeah,
and then
it's always the
self-neglect.
Yeah. And you do it with unconsciously. You sort of slip into that bracket, because you're always like, when I'm cooking, okay, it's not just for me, it's for da-da. I'm cooking for da-da-da. I'll have a bit of what they're eating, but I'm cooking for da-da-da.
And it's never what you want.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, you don't mind because, oh, that's fine, I'll eat that. I'm okay with that, but it's not the dish that you would be aiming for had you been cooking.
Yeah, great example is when you were looking after Bar.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a day where you would cook for yourself?
No.
In 25 years. No. Imagine never cooking for yourself. That includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or like any snack, nothing, like at all, unless you had to like sneak it.
I think with
in
20
the middle of the
years,
night.
It was 20 years, yeah.
Sorry.
20 years. But yes, it seemed even longer, to be fair.
Imagine that
when you don't have that. Choose, and after that, I was too busy working and so forth, so I never did that anyway. But yeah, it's strange how I see you putting yourself in that. It's nice to see. I like the way things have turned. Women have sort of said, you know what, I'm going to take time.
I think it's still getting there, like with especially in like South Asian community. You know, you're taught to put yourself last.
Yeah, your mothers in particular will say, no, you must do this first. You must do this first.
Everybody else
and the daughter-in-law absolutely has to.
Oh, if you're a daughter-in-law, forget it. You don't have a voice. Like, you don't have a voice. You don't have a life. Like that. That we just know is true. No matter how, like there are the rare few mother-in-laws that are really nice and actually treat their daughter-in-laws like daughters, but
Very rare. Very rare.
99.9% of them, no, you're
Which makes no
second class.
sense.
I know.
Can that make like just that they
Because
say
they
the point?
themselves have gone through the
Yes,
same
exactly.
thing. Yeah?
Why would you allow somebody to go through that horrible suffering that
Yeah.
you went through, where you had no voice and you had to cut the, oh look. So I get that. I think the abuse, being the abuser, is very much
it's
run of the mill,
generational trauma,
and I think that should be broken. 100% broken. Do not do it. Do not let any other woman, man, whatever, suffer what you have suffered.
There the problem lies in who you marry, because if that person that you marry doesn't stand up for you, there's your problem in the first place.
Then don't be with that person.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing, is that like you don't know that they're like that until you get to that situation in marriage or in a relationship where it's like, you know, even partners that live together,
until
it doesn't matter what background you're from, that heavily influence from the partner side of the family is always going to be there. And especially if it's a negative influence, having this is you know, they say choose your baby daddy carefully, choose your husbands carefully, because you don't just marry them, you
marry the family.
Yeah,
you marry the
family.
Literally, I mean, a matriarchal family, even if they pretend to be patriarchal, forget most of the time, 99% of the time I see it, it is the mother who silently, quietly, noisily sometimes is controlling. It looks like the man is taking the step, but you see the wheels, the axis being turned by the one. There is always a woman behind the throne, and that woman rules. End of story.
Exactly.
The kingmaker.
Yeah,
they are the kingmakers.
It's very true.
So you know, and if they make the first step to say, right, as a man, if you get married to a woman, partner, whatever, whomever you get married to, they should be treated equally as you want yourself to be treated. If they cook, you cook. If they do this, you do that. Compromise, be respectful of each other. Why is this cycle? I do not understand. 21st century, where AI is like becoming this fantastic new thing. It's ridiculous that we are living back in. Do we need another renaissance to wake us up? Yeah, you know, and we as Hindus, we worship Ma, we worship a goddess. And yet
you treat her like garbage.
Yes, exactly. Especially if she's your wife, partner, whatever. No, whereas the daughters and so they don't get. When they get married, they get the same treatment. Don't understand, and then they carry this on and on and on. Why? Why you? And I'll be frank with you. I've seen it a lot in virtually every court, where it's the mother who is pushing for this treatment of her young man exactly the way she sees her mother-in-law treating her husband and not liking it.
You know what it is a lot of these, like what I read about this study, is where these women treat their sons how they wanted their husbands to treat them, like it's some weird psychological thing where they didn't get emotional fulfillment from their partners, so they seek it from their sons.
Oedipus
syndrome. It's not like incest in the physical sense, but emotionally they depend on reflecting
their sons. Almost your
like
needs
they rely on them for everything. Whereas this is where you've broken the mold with Jar. Like my brother, he is everything that is the anti-version of that. Like, literally, he was helping us watch the cricket earlier and setting up the laptop, and Mum was like, "Shall I help you do this?" He's like, "Mum, if I needed help, I would ask for it. Sit down."
He screams like you. He will scream at me.
We don't scream at her like abusive.
Just don't do that, mummy. Because you will hurt yourself. They'll be not being as polite, but
we just care, and
they care a lot. It is hard to. I literally have to overwork without them knowing. Because if they found out, they would actually get very cross with me. So I have to do things that I have to pretend something else.
Even as a brother, like Jad is one of those people. He is so like, I could call him at 3 a.m. and be like, "Can you make me a hot water bottle?"
And he would do that. He would do it.
And even if I was in a different house, like he would drive and give me that hot water bottle, because he just has so much compassion. He does that with everybody he cares about. Like even in his friendship circle, he is so loved because he's just got that different way of thinking. Because he's seen the way we've grown up and he's seen how Mum was treated, and then mum obviously changed the way she brought us up, which changed everything. Which is why I will bring up Shahzaib exactly like if Shahzaib. I hope Shahzaib is just like Jad, because he is like the definition of what you would want in like a person who is independent, who cooks, who cleans, who is
somebody you'd wish your own son, anyone to be
anyone,
like,
any man in your life, like whether it's your father, like
be
even
as
my dad,
rounded.
I mean, my dad does it all at home, but I feel like a lot of men have this thing where they think it makes demasculates them or something. Whereas my dad does all of it. He cooks, he cleans, he, makes you breakfast.
Exactly. I think emasculation, you're right about that, because a lot of people think, oh no, it's a woman's job.
No, but he's like one of the manliest men ever.
Yes, exactly.
So is John.
Exactly. I don't see where being manly has anything to do with respecting another person.
Exactly.
I think it's an intrinsic, whether now you're saying men to women, but I'm saying across the board, whether the man to a woman or to somebody who cleans for you or somebody who picks up your rubbish. Treat everybody.
If you don't treat people
nicely,
we've seen it
if you treat them nicely, you raise a kind, caring person. It comes out.
We've seen people, like even in our own family, treat waiters like they're rubbish and nothing, and it's disgusting.
You're judged on how much you earn,
what job you do, what school you go to. I remember one of my best friends went to a school, and my aunt asked her, what school do you go to? And she told her, and the way my aunt looked down on her, and I was just like, I felt embarrassed because my aunt is, I won't speak too much on her because I don't want to get sued, but like she's a vile person and she judges everybody based on monetary factors and upbringing and stuff. But in a way, she was lucky to even be in the position she was in, because it wasn't her parents that afforded her the lifestyle that she had when growing up. It was her uncle, who she didn't even respect.
I wouldn't quite. I would let that subject down a little bit to say that what I've noticed, the ingratitude, as you've just mentioned, from everyone. Doesn't matter what you do.
Off on a tangent. Sorry, I can't help myself.
No, it's fine. But I'm just saying, whatever you do, people no longer. I mean, I remember like when we give to the dustman, there was one guy. They were so touched.
So mum and dad and like me, we always give Christmas presents to the bin men, because they do a service all year round, so they're a little bit of appreciation. But yeah, what happened?
But somebody said to me, "Oh, you give to the bin men." And I'm saying,
well, they're people too.
No, we tip waiters, we tip porters. So why can't you do something just once a year for these people who are, I mean, yes, they get paid, but so do we. It is nice when, say, a child gives me a card and I feel touched.
Yeah.
That's
when the tears come out.
Yeah.
But even
just
like
appreciation,
on
isn't it?
Flights, and I remember like Dad messaged me, and he was like, the cabin crew had given her a bottle of champagne just because of how kind she was to them.
But
on the phone, she does that everywhere. She makes friends with all the staff. Like probably a lot of the viewers that watch my podcast is because she makes friends with them and then sends them like my Instagram and stuff, which is really sweet. But like every time she's in a hotel or like, and I've done the same thing. Like me and my producer actually stayed in a hotel for her 40th, and it was such a nice hotel, and they went out of their way with service for us. And I remember like you speak nicely to everyone, and the way that they gave us the return service was, we just had the best like night ever, didn't we? It was so good.
But everybody, like I said, it's just you, it's us as a family. Dad is just as nice as well.
Yeah.
He's very sweet. He will make cups of tea for everybody.
Oh yeah, like the gardener comes, he will like, if even if it's like some rando person, he will make a cup of tea or hot chocolate. If they want
the
food,
car wash people.
Yeah, if they want food, he'll like find something in the freezer and like be like, oh, I made this a couple of weeks ago. Like, do you like this? Or like, if they smell some food in the kitchen, he'll straight away offer a plate. No one in this house goes home hungry or thirsty or like, I think that's
just be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
I think
that's
important,
karma, isn't it?
How do you mean
like
karma?
If you're good to people, good things happen.
Yes. But I like that. That's what I miss. That's what I'm trying to understand. I cannot understand that. Why can't everybody be like this? No. Why does it have to be? oh, these people are like this. No, just be nice to each other. Every religion, literally every religion says the
Be
same
kind,
thing.
yeah.
Every
Yeah.
religion.
So I'm going to take it back in time now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you, so was there a moment when I was growing up
Yes.
that you think changed our relationship?
I do want...
Or shaped our relationship, I'd rather say.
There's a lot, but one of the like things that I think you would have done better in if you hadn't gone to the other school.
Private school, yeah.
Sorry, I wish you had gone to the nice ordinary school, because I think it would have helped you. I think you wouldn't have been as traumatized as you are.
Yes, I went to an all-girls private school. Well, they say private, public school, but
independent,
whatever.
School.
And I hated it. I was bullied every day for being brown, being overweight, and just generally
just being you.
Yeah, just being me, because it was horrendous. Like, and it was from, I'd like to say, year 1.
I would say the whole school is responsible.
And then I actually had to leave that school when I was 15, just before I did GCSEs, because the bullying got so bad that I just didn't want to go to school. And I was very lucky with my dad, where I would just make up an exam. My dad is a real softie, so I'm a daddy's girl. He would take me to school and I would cry the whole journey.
He'd bring her back.
He would bring me straight back home, because he was like, there's no way she's going to school like this. And then he'd either bring me back home, or I'd spend the day in the office, or basically.
You'd even pretend. I mean, we can laugh now, but now we know.
Oh yeah, I would lie that I was ill.
She was not feeling well. I mean, she did have some
I had
problems.
a really bad bladder issues, that I had to have surgery for when I was 7, 8 years old.
Something like that.
Yeah, because Jard wasn't born yet, so
it must have been 7.
Yeah, so I was about 7 years old, and I used to have like bladder infections really badly. So again, another thing for parents: if your daughter is telling you she's getting bladder infections before the really young ages, and she keeps getting them, I had to have an operation that would make the hole that I'd pee out of bigger, because it was so small that there was a problem. I was getting recurring infections, and as a 5, 6, it was literally since I was born
young.
until 7 years old, I was in immense pain. I was crying every day. I would cry in the playground because and then they just all thought I was making it up, because obviously bullying was happening and this was happening. And then luckily a really good gynecologist, because they took me privately, Dr. Bajkai, she's still a gynecologist to this day at King's Hospital.
You know who she is?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
She's the only person that diagnosed my problem. She's one of the world's top gynecologists now, female gynecologist. Diagnosed my problem, sent me for surgery. Do you remember the surgery?
Yes.
I woke up. So basically the anesthetic did not work, and I woke up midway of the surgery.
Oh my God.
Screaming. The nurse had to physically, because I remember waking up and feeling like something was poking my bladder. And I woke up screaming, and the nurse was holding me down. The doctor was terrified, so then they had to double dose me with anesthetic. Then I woke up vomiting because I was double dosed on anesthetic.
Oh my goodness!
And then painkillers as well, because obviously I was only little.
So I think I passed out as well.
Yeah, I think you were having a panic attack. And then we had to come
because they wouldn't let me see anything.
Yeah, because obviously I was in the operation theatre. And then I remember coming back home, and then literally I just went to bed, and you had to go look after Ma. So literally I just spent the whole evening feeling because obviously you're still healing, and it was quite painful because I woke up feeling like I needed to go to the bathroom, couldn't go.
It's that awful.
Yeah, I think I spent half the night going back and forth, but luckily because we all slept in one room at that point, and Mum and Dad's room have ensuite. Sorry, I lost the word there. Running back and forth. But then even then, because it was surgery, you still feel a bit like this. Yeah, that's, oh my God, that really brought back a core memory.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know all this. You've never spoken about that. I know you went through a lot when you had that.
Yeah. But then even after the surgery, I'd still get infections really badly. But I think those were due to stress because of bullying. Because bullying wasn't just at home. My aunt used to really bully me as well. So it was, don't want to be at home, don't want to be at school. And my only one safe space was at my great aunt's house. And I used to, like, when I tell you I used to run there, she would come on a Friday and she would spend the evening.
What do you mean you'd run? Meera, you'd be turning.
Oh no, God, yes. So we have a porch, and if
you don't forget the porch. You were on the street.
Yeah, no, I was literally. I would scream like blue murder if they did not take me with them because they would keep me the entire weekend. So I would be there from like Friday about 7 o'clock just before dinner time because my great aunt would have to go back and cook for my great uncle, and he would come pick her up, and he obviously had a soft spot for me as well, so he couldn't say no, she couldn't say no. They would willingly want to take me, and these lot would be like no because my grandma would say, my great grandma would say no. But then I would go mental because I knew that being in that house and over the weekend with her would be hell as well. So I would be on the floor screaming, crying, kicking. I had my bag packed from Thursday night. Yeah, and then I would go and I would just stay there, and it was the best time. We would watch Bollywood movies. She would cook the best food. We would shoot.
I think she gave you
her daughter-in-law would take me to the
butter.
Park. Her daughter, no, that was the.
That was them.
No, that was
but it was still them.
She used to make me this dish called fry. So my aunt would know all about this because she makes it now for me. But it's basically like layered potatoes, like really thinly sliced, layered onions and tomato, but cooked in like either ghee or butter, like full fat butter, and you just layer.
Oh.
And it's called fry. Like best dish I've ever had in my life. It's like my comfort food, but I rarely have it now because I know like it's beating a heart attack.
Yeah, it is a heart attack.
Because all you do is soak it in butter. Is nothing else.
But
you don't do anything.
It's carbon,
no spices,
fats,
no nothing. It's just literally that.
Salt and pepper. That's it.
That's it. It was one. And she used to make pizzas, but they would always be like rectangle shape or like But there's loads of specific things I remember like that. All my happy memories, like from that sort of period until like 15, were all at her house. Because even then we didn't really go on holiday. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah,
really.
We were like trapped at that point.
The only holidays we would have to do. We went.
We went India.
India.
Actually, no, I lie. Because Dad took me to Kenya.
Okay.
And then we went Kenya as well.
Yes, we did. But
that was before Jard and before Bar got really before she became bedridden.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I took that question over and I've forgotten what the question was now.
I don't know what the question
what was it that shaped our relationship?
Yeah. Well,
do you think that me being in a different school would have changed?
I think that would have
I don't think it would have because I think that like
you'd have been much happier.
I would have been a little bit more happier. But I think
school.
I think our home life was so bad.
Yes, but then you would, again, bearing in mind you are in a good school.
I feel like I would have made friends.
Yes, and you would have been more rounded.
But then I feel like I would have just met a boy and run away with him. Or done
no, I don't think you would have. I think you would have been more rounded.
The ever hopeful romantic I am.
Oh dear.
That's your fault for introducing me to like Jane Eyre and Pride and Prejudice and like the
not
romance things.
Jane Eyre, yes, I've always been a fan.
And now I'm into these disgusting romances like fantasy romance. Well, no, actually,
you can't blame me for that.
Producer's into like dark fantasy, like dragons and stuff. I'm into like normal people fantasy.
No, I get the dragons bit.
Oh, you're not Game of Thrones. No, it's not. You cannot fancy a dragon. It's weird.
I don't fancy the dragon.
Why are there dragons in a love story? I don't understand.
You have to be a fan.
I say that loving the Little Mermaid.
You can't judge us, okay?
No, I'm not judging.
It's not fair.
I'm sorry, I'm not judging. I think mine would be. I think what really shaped our relationship was that every night you read me several stories, Heidi, and sang me like the Bangles. Like I think that's what like made our Lorelai Rory, but the other way around relationship is that you introduced me to books, music, that the artsy side of me, and I think that's where we really like bond because I would not sleep without you singing
I think,
putting me to sleep. And I have that now with Shivai, where
well done.
He won't sleep without me singing like 3 specific songs to him, and then until those songs are over, that's when he like kind of drifts off. But it's so nice to have that because he like won't go to sleep properly, even whoever he's with, because you do it to him now.
But I've been doing this for is.
No, I know.
No, I don't say
but you
all
do
of
it to
that.
everybody.
Like, yeah,
you,
I do that.
And she's got this thing where she'll play with my hair. That's it. I'm like, I remember when I had my surgery when I was older, and you like for the 5 days I was recovering, you came into my room every single night before I went to bed, and she played with my hair until I fell asleep, because obviously I had stitches on my front, so I couldn't sleep on my. And I'm a stomach sleeper, which I know is really bad. I sleep on my side now, so yeah, health people, please don't give me comment. But yeah, no, she would sing me to sleep. So yeah. I think that is one of my core memories that I think helped bond us for like life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, to be fair to you, I don't remember as well, but I do remember us reading together.
But you were in robot mode.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
I do remember some aspects, like us trying to go to Hamley's, the first Christmas tree, little things like that. Not being, yeah, that.
I did get lost. I turned around for 1 second to get
Brent Cross was the nightmare.
Oh yeah, Brent Cross. I don't know how old I was. Ran away.
You were about less than 2. Yeah. You walked off. You wanted a drink. I bent down to get a drink, a cardboard packet. I bent down for less than 3 seconds. I look up, you're gone. I'm thinking you're in one of the equipment. I look for you. I can't find you. I then see you with some 6.5 big security guard with this tiny little girl.
Here you go.
I was so angry that day. And then Jard does the same thing to me.
God, my brother did that in Cyprus and in Butlins.
He walked off.
So basically, we were in Cyprus in a lazy river, and he was following because he didn't like going in the water. He still to this day doesn't like water, but he, as in like swimming, not like daily showers and stuff, like completely separate. But I was in the lazy river going around, and he didn't want to go in, but he thought he'd follow me. So he followed me all the way, and then at some point, like I couldn't see him, so I came out and I ran over to Mum. I was like, I don't know where he's gone. Luckily, like by the faith of God, we found him.
Yes,
because I swear to God, like in a different country, like this is why I said to my mum that Shahzaib, like when he's
on a leash.
No, I have an air tag. I'm not going to tell you where he is because I'm not having none of you lot kidnap my child. But like he has an air tag, and when he's old enough, I am going to chip my child. Like when he's like, as soon as he gets old enough to like, be responsible and he's an adult, he can take it out. I don't care. But like even now, we all have Life 360 with each other. Even my producer, I have it with her because I need to know she's safe.
I have it with her.
Yeah, like we need to know she's safe. Like she went on a really long drive today, and I was just like making sure she's made it home. I should make her stop. Like even her son, like we are so protective. Like what I think when you get into the circle of our family, like we're so protective of each other that you could call us like all the other way around. For anything and I
2 in the morning, and like somebody would turn up.
I think that with the 4 of us living in one room shaped our whole relationship. I think that's what I really meant to go with this, is that all like living in one room for 15 years of your like childhood with your parents, your brother, like people think it's weird that me and like Jard don't fight. Like we do, but like I think I could count the fights we've had on one hand. And it's mostly been for the betterment of our parents. Like we argue about how much social media my dad uses, like really silly things, but we've never fought about silly things. Like
no, not really.
We've never,
no.
Like how brothers and sisters wind each other up. We never have done that.
I think a lot of it, is age difference.
Yeah, we have 8 years between us.
You are both plateaued in your emotions per se. Yeah, and you are now where you want to be in the sense that you can control your.
Even when I was hyper emotional, he
is able to control and persate.
But even then, he's the opposite of hyper emotional, where he would repress his feelings,
internalize
everything. Now he speaks up, like he will tell you to shut up if you're talking nonsense. He will tell you,
or he'll walk off.
Yeah, he just won't have the argument with you if he doesn't think you're worth the like. I feel like I shouldn't even talk about it because he can speak for himself, but like we have that relationship where all of us are bonded.
Don't mess with one of us.
Yeah, like we're just and when we let you in our circle as well, when you're part of our family, like we will go for, like, we will fight for you regardless of whatever,
Quite loyal.
Yeah, we're very loyal. I think so. I think, yeah, that's what, in a way, even though it was really crappy to have that situation, if we didn't have that situation, if God didn't put us in that situation, we wouldn't have the family that we have now. We have
almost like a wartime, when they became closer,
period. Like, well, this is it. It's like everybody says to, like I spoke to a few people and they're like, oh, how often do you see your parents? And I'm like, every day. And they're like looking at me like I'm some strange, weird person. I'm like, well, what do you mean you don't see your parents every day? And then, like, you know, if my mum doesn't answer my phone, I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
if I don't hear from you, I
like,
will wonder what's going on.
Well, the same with my mum. If like I'm like, where are I'm like looking on Life Is where what you've gone to Morrison's? Okay, fine. Can you get me? Or I'll come to the pantry and buy it, like, just instead of going to the shops.
Where are you going shopping?
I'm going shopping at
my
mom's house.
Where are you going? I'm going shopping. It goes in the store.
It literally goes into the store
wow.
and just takes things. But like,
yeah, but there were 2 packets of cheese.
Exactly.
Why isn't now? Because Mira decided to whatever.
Yeah, that's my dad. He does moan that I take stuff, but then he'll buy it on purpose because he knows I'm going to take stuff. Yeah. And he will never say no to me taking stuff. And then he'll ask me if I want it anyway. So yeah, like even today, I wanted a cheese toastie. My dad makes the best cheese toastie.
He does.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to make a cheese toastie.
He piped up with...
No, I knew that he would say that. Shall I make it? So I purposely...
It's the words I want to say that.
Because Shahzaib does the same thing. He goes to my dad at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I want pizza for breakfast, right? And my dad will go down
4 in the morning.
Go downstairs and make it fresh. I was like, you can't blame me because you not raised me.
Wait a minute, I wouldn't have approved of that.
No, you would, because if I had asked you, like, oh, Mum, I'm really... I
would have done it. Make Dad do it.
No, but I wouldn't. That's why I wouldn't have asked you. No, but then if I like literally said to her yesterday, oh no, a couple of hours ago, oh, I'm craving khichdi, and she was like, okay, I'll make it. So like, you can't expect me to be like, you know, completely soft.
Wait a minute.
No, but then if you're craving something,
yeah,
like today you were craving egg mayo, or a few days ago, who made that for you?
Dad did. No, but we've had this argument, you know, like if he, like, oh, never mind, I've given up now. We look to each other to make our favourite food.
I know, like Dad will look to you last week. Both of us were craving Damed and Shak, which is tomato curry. It sounds random, but it's so good with rice. And like almost like it was my meal for 2 days straight. But like we were craving it, right?
And he ate
Dad
it for 2 days.
Especially he loves it, right? And you made it, so it's like a give or take.
Yes.
Or like if I go to Morrison's or like wherever I go, and I see like lemon meringue something, or I see something that Dad would like I always buy it, even if I'm going like away or somewhere far. You know, I see a T-shirt that Jad will like, or you know, like we always think about
the other person.
Like Jad really was into like runny Scotch eggs the other time. When I went to, I can't remember where it was, but I got it. When me and my producer, there's a bakery. No, there's a bakery we went to, where we get our nails done. Shout out to Posh Nails. But yeah, there's a bakery called Source of Life, and they do fresh pasta donatas, and they're the ones that we got the pistachio cream filled donuts. So there as well, because I thought of Jard and I thought of Dad, and I was like, I know they like their nattas.
So you bought nattas.
So, do you see what I mean? It's
your thought isn't always for yourself.
No,
it is for
wherever
we
go, we think
our children, you know, our family. We will think first of them before we put ourselves. We may go in for ourselves.
Oh yeah, but you come out with
everybody else's. Yeah, like I go into a chemist to buy one thing, and then
she bought me
a hot water bottle.
Look how cute that is. Yeah,
she got a teddy bear hot water bottle. No.
Oh no, and then so we went to the market on Sunday, and left her alone for like how long? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. She went to the card factory.
No, the works.
No, it wasn't the card factory because we were in the card factory.
Yes,
it was a card factory. 3 minutes, right? So we'd already bought Shahzaib his toys. You know, the £20 limit he had, it was gone. He'd bought books, toys, a few games.
I bought 2 books and some stickers. Yeah. No,
that's not the point. That was a work expense.
Okay.
We come out. Shahzaib wants to do a scooter up and down because where the place is, it's like there's outdoor area. So he was doing scooting up and down. Dad went to like a health food shop, and then they came out, and then Mum went into the card factory because they had like a really nice like cards and like they had a really nice Mother's Day
Easter,
set up.
And Easter thing. It was beautifully
so she goes in.
done.
within like 0.2 seconds of us going in there to like get some change from Dad, because Shahzaib wanted obviously to, you know, those rides, the sit on like pretend cars. He wanted to go on there. So Dad always has change on him. She's got him a Paddington bear.
But I like Paddington bear.
Wait, how many cuddly toys do we have? Millions. Yeah, it's literally sitting behind.
I'm sorry.
My producer right now.
Look, you can't leave me alone.
It's behind the castle. Yeah,
in a toy shop or a bookshop, and expect me not to buy. You know this.
No, I know. Yeah.
Clothes shop, you can
I could take it to I could take it to Fortnum and Mason, I could take it to Harrods, I could take it to Selfridges, I could take it to all the like high end jewelry places, I could take it anywhere, nothing. I'll take it to a toy shop, it's game over. Or get a bookshop, a toy shop.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bookshops and toy shops. I love them.
So my question is what is a life lesson that you would like to keep with me?
With you or with everybody? I would say with you in particular, stand up for yourself, be that individual, and remember never to be selfish. Even though I wasn't selfish. I was saying in the other, look after yourself first. Yeah?
I feel like our life lesson. I was going to answer selfish, exactly the same thing.
Caring, let's say, forget about self. Be kind to others. I don't need to teach you that. I think I've given you that you've always been really nice to empathize.
I will not be friends with somebody who is rude to a waiter or waiter before you actually kick me. But like anyone that's rude to
human being. Anyone. Doesn't matter what area of the strata you're from. Exactly. It doesn't matter whether you're the Queen of England or somebody who's done the sweeping of the floor. No,
kindness is everything in this world, and I think
be respectful for people. It doesn't matter how much they earn.
Yeah.
Again, stop worshipping
that's the message
money.
I really want to put across in this podcast, is that like I grew up with so much value on how much money you had, and I think that's where my friendships. I was so lucky when I went to college because I made friends for life. Like, you know, as soon as I changed, and in a way I do have to thank that certain aunt's mother, because it was her that pushed me to go to that college, where I have made friends that I could not trade for the world, because they sort of
they shaped the rest
they really did.
They gave you the confidence you lacked.
They gave me friendship that was,
and they gave you confidence.
Yeah, they really gave me confidence. I mean, I was bullied a little bit, but that was expected, and you know what, karma came back on them anyway, like that. And it happened to a lot of us anyway, like and we kind of formed a group, and I'm still friends with these girls and boys to this day. Like to this day, like one of them I consider, like I call her Ben because she's like my sister, which is in Gujarati is like Ben. The other one is like literally my Rakhi Bhai, which is brother. You know, one of them has moved into our area and sent her child. You took care of her child, right?
Yeah, to look after.
You know, and all of these people, all of these friendships, they really shaped that whole college. It was, even though it was a private college, don't get me wrong. I met so many, because I had not been around Asian people, South Asian people, like a diverse community. Because when I went to school, I had one friend and one best friend only, and she was from Ghana, and she to this day is still one of the most amazing people I still admire. We may not be in touch as much, but I kind of see like her profile updates and stuff like that and stuff, and I admire her to this day, because she was one of the, what I would call an immaculate human being. She was kind. She was, the way she spoke with so much kindness.
She so much. I mean,
her intelligence.
She was very well brought up.
Her intelligence off the charts,
but like, she didn't use it as a weapon.
No, she didn't. She was so kind, and she, like, me and her would be on the phone. Like, do you remember when it was like after 8 o'clock, there was free phone call for like an hour, and then you hang up and you call again, and you'd like, we would be on the phone for hours, and we would.
This was before mobile phones.
Yeah, like this was house phones. For those of you who don't even know what house, I'd probably like you wouldn't even understand what I'm saying. Like any
Find it in
generation.
an antique
No,
shop
honestly, literally, it would be in an antique shop. But like, we would be on the phone for hours, and she was like someone who I considered helped me. She was the
catalyst.
Yeah, she really helped me have like confidence in friendship, and because I didn't have any friends before that, she just became one of my closest friends, and because she was a woman of color as well, so she faced a lot of hardship from her end, and especially in the school we were in was very predominantly Caucasian, Greek, Turkish oriented, and they the preference was not anyone people of color. Even though you could argue that Greek and Turkish people are, but they did not like us at that point, and the kids didn't like, the parents didn't like us. And it was so nice to just have someone that lived a few minutes away and was so kind. Her whole family,
yes,
like, you know, they were just so like lovely. Her younger sister, her younger brother, like her parents, they were just remarkable. Like, I think one of her parents was a doctor, and you know, as well. She's now a doctor, which is
really nice.
You know,
I mean,
honestly,
the minute she said something, you think, oh gosh, and
it's just the way she spoke.
It is. She would speak like this.
Yeah, and she still does.
All the time.
She still does, because you know,
it's not a put on accent at all. It is the accent she was born
amazing
with.
Like, I credit her for teaching me the value of friendship, and she was my first friend. She you know,
she did not judge you
never, not once, because she knew she was actually one of the only people that knew my situation. Even like regardless of whatever I was going through, she was the only person that would ring me every evening. If I missed homework, she was the one that would get the homework. Do you know, little things like that is where you appreciate. And obviously we've gone our separate ways now, but it was never in like a malicious, or like, you know, it was just
drifted apart.
She was just like, you know, living life, and I was living life, and I went here and she went there. But like, I still have her number in my phone, and I know that if I ever rang her, even now, like, I hope she watches this. I might send it to her actually, and if she watches it, just know that I'm eternally grateful for her friendship. I won't name you because in case you don't want to be named, but I will message you, and like, eternally grateful for your friendship.
Very nicely, girl.
My next thing is, do you have a friend in your life? Like, I would know, but I would like the people to know, is that outside of our family, because obviously you didn't have any friends in our family, but like the friends that were in your life, like how did they shape you?
Well, I'll be frank.
As in, how did they change your personality from being that
quiet
Stepford wife, to Beanie?
Ah, okay. Well, I can name one. Shall I name my name?
If they want to be named, so maybe just use like
use
the first initial
R.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But basically,
go from the beginning, and you can like
started
talk about all of
with
them.
We were just chatting at. There's two of them.
So how did you meet?
So two of them. Okay, we met we were parents at the same school. Our children went to the same school. She had two little ones, a boy and a girl, and I had my boy. So, you know, both met at playground. And at one point she said, "Oh, I need someone to look after my two children." And I said, "Well, I'm taking my son home the same time as you take yours home. I'll look after them." And then we, you know, grew closer. That lady took me to my first, can I say another name? It's a hosiery name. It was one of the ones that held the royal warrant.
I can't say it because I'm not getting sponsored by them, but she took her to her first bra and panty shop, basically.
Yeah, it was the highest end one.
Basically the one that Queen Lizzie used to go to.
Yeah, basically it had a royal warrant. And she took me to there. She took me to another place where they were doing a promotion for an aftershave, and I had myself in a sari. Do you remember that
store? Wait, do you remember the store where they had like shirtless people?
Topless,
starts with an A and an F.
Yeah, well, anyway, I, in a full-blown sari, got my photo taken with this topless.
This is at the time Mum used to only wear saris because my grandma used to make her only wear saris and stuff.
Yeah, we went to Patisserie Valerie.
She opened you up.
She opened me up, and the other friend, again, I won't say her name, C. She made me more
So
confident.
her other friend is Jard's best friend, like in
Mum.
life's mum, who we wouldn't have known our producer if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Again, these two, and there's another one that came later, but again, I will mention
your godmother to her children.
Yes, exactly, her. So those three, apart from those three, they are. We won't talk about siblings, but those three as friends have been the best.
Yeah, no, they've shown me friendship.
They gave me confidence
because it was International Women's Day. I thought you might want to give them a little thank you.
Yeah, well, I would like to say thank you to all three of them, to be fair to you. R, C, and N, and you will know who you are.
Yeah.
You made me who I am today, and God help. Thank you. Everyone will say, "Oh, what did you do?" Is basically what I used to be before I got married. I was quite outgoing. I was a bit silly. I was very adventurous.
Mini skirts and thigh high. Mini skirts and thigh high boots, listen. Selfridges. Worked in Selfridges.
No, I didn't work in Selfridges.
Oh, sorry. Worked in Harrods.
No, only for a short time. I've worked in DH.
You worked in Harrods. The reason why I have a black card for Harrods.
No, that was a shopping trip.
No.
Will you get off? Stop.
Wait. It's her card. But I use it because I get really nice treatment. But yeah, she's got a black card for Harrods because her past. I'm just saying, she had a wild past, and then she got married. And it
had nothing to do with that. I got this card. I don't even know how I got this.
You got this card because you were past it, like employed.
No. It had nothing to do with it.
Was it that?
No, it hadn't. I went to get a dressing gown. But
they don't offer black cards to people who just buy one dressing gown.
I do not remember how I got it. I got it anyway. Right. Anyway, what were we talking about before?
You're shouting out International Women's Day to your friends. Sorry, I interrupted that.
Had it not been for these three ladies, I would not be where I am today. I speak out, whereas I was so demure. I wouldn't say my husband's name. C will vouch for that. She knew me then. And so I was so quiet, submissive, wouldn't wear anything but a sari. And then I broke out and this is me now. Hello, I've got highlights, by the way, as well.
Oh yeah, so for everyone, she used to cast our lives out. So mine and my family best friend, she would when I tell you, she would cast our lives out. Why are you getting blonde highlights? And now look, who does it? So it's our full right.
Yeah,
for me and my.
No, fine. It was just because I thought you were damaging your hair, all right?
Yeah, and now what are you doing to your hair?
No. She said to me, "I will do just enough."
Special magic
just
cream
enough
that
did not damage my hair.
Okay. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you not tell her that bleach, regardless of whatever stage it still damages your hair?
Just be quiet. Get on to the next thing. Go on.
You're supposed to ask me the same thing.
Okay. No, I forgot what the question is.
Well, the women in your life that you would appreciate.
I think I know the answer to that. I think the great aunt was one of them.
No, it's not going to be family, because if it was family, then the list would just be endless.
Okay, so I think we did talk about your best friend.
Yeah, so I think she was. So it's really hard because her name starts with a D, but pronounced with a J. Well, J or G, depending on. Anyway, but I'm very thankful for her from literally childhood, and then when I got to college. My Ben I can mention because I'm allowed to mention her.
Oh, perfect.
Ben I can mention because she has a podcast called Cyclist Next Door. Make sure you check that out because it's amazing. She was literally recently on Jeremy Vine, so please check her out. I'm allowed to mention her, so that's fine. She changed my college experience because she stuck by me through everything. Like literally everything that I've been through. My friend who is now in Wales. Far away, but like she's still, I don't know if she wants me to mention her or not, so I'll just like S is her name. My producer I mention every episode, but she's like my day one, which is ironically funny because I met her through you.
Yes,
I think we might have a little segment
her son, and you bonded with her. Wow.
Yeah. So you looked after her son, and then I stole her from you.
Yes,
literally, and now we've been friends for 13 years.
Thank you so much.
No,
in fact, her son looks
13,
to you.
13 and a half years because he was 6 months, right? So yeah, 13 and a half
Yeah,
years.
and he looks to
And
you
again,
as an
another
older
person,
sister.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And another person who I would be like, I would ride for you. Recently, we've had an experience where, like, they are family, so if they, need us,
Yeah, you'd
we
be
are
there
there.
for
Yeah.
them.
But that's what I'm saying. And even my other person is N. So your other person.
Huh?
So one of yours,
Yes.
my god brother's mother, N.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yes, both of
Because
us have the same person to thank
because
then.
she, when I was going through whatever I was going through, she was always one person to not even just support you, she would support me. And she's done it in so many like different ways.
I'm
and
glad.
and like, so her daughter and her son are my god brother, my god sister, and I love them so much. And they love us so much, and they love my Shivai so much, and it's just it's like
they're family. They're family.
a family now. Like literally, I cannot say, like, even my producer, I can't say they're friends anymore because we're all family. We're just one big family.
Far more than friends.
So basically, what's happened is we've replaced our blood family with family we've chosen.
Yeah, I mean there are some in the blood family that we still
like
work,
minor family. So that's where I wanted to move on for the final part of our podcast, is talking about family, because I feel like family is such a like heavy subject, and I feel like we are not connected with a lot of our family, especially you are not connected like on. No, and I don't mean like your side of the family, but like I mean even in both sides.
I'm not a social animal.
Yeah,
at
you're
all.
not. You don't like being social. You like,
I'll avoid it like the plague.
Yeah. She doesn't like going to weddings. She doesn't like going to parties. She if she has to dress up for something, she's like, nope, not going.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, but if she really like has to, she will. But like in that sense, where me and your sister,
more alike.
My mummy Massey will bond so much.
Yeah,
where
because you two
we're
are
the
alike.
same person. And she again, for International Women's Day, I would say she really shaped me in the sense of like making me look after myself, do my hair. She gave me passion for my hair, to look after it. She gave me passion to do my eyebrows. She gave me, do you know what I mean? She gave me that side of like self-care, because she would always say it to mum when she came. She used to come and visit, and she used to see like how sad mum was, and she'd be like, come on, let's sneakily do this and let's sneakily do that. And it was so sad for her to do that. And then your other sister as well. Like,
no, she needs the same lesson I do, but big time for herself. But she's not selfish at all.
No, but she's so selfless, where it taught me to be so kind, because she is the most kind. I tell you, oh my god, so my mummy Massey is one who's like really taught me about being strong, being career, like my career. She really helped me with like my career, what my confidence, what I wanted. We are very much like, I could be her daughter. And a lot of people when we go out, they always assume like I'm her daughter, and I love her so much for that. And my other Massey, like she is the most selfless human being I've ever met in my life. She would, if you ask her to give
a kidney, anything,
like, literally a liver, a kidney, like she would like this, like she's just one of those people.
She wouldn't think.
She would never.
She never thinks about herself first, which really annoys me.
Yeah. So the feeling I had with mum before, like she was looking after my bar, is how mum feels with her sister now. Her sister's in India now, and the first thing, like they had a conversation today, she was like, oh, I got you this and I got you that, and I got shit like this, and I got Meera this, and I got Pili
never
this.
What I got myself
and
this.
I wanted to cry, because it was just she not one thing, not one experience herself, or anything that she talked about herself. She was like, oh, Pila would really enjoy this, and we went here and I got him this, and like, like really,
you must go there because you like this,
and Pila likes all the greens, like, this, it's foliage really little and stuff things like that she
thinks about, really thinks about everything. And like I said, it's something both sisters have in common, that I think one is completely selfless, the other one is strong.
She's strong.
This one is very strong.
I feel like you're a combination of both. Now,
I wish I was. I think I would like to be much kinder and nicer, because I'm not.
I feel like you were, but you have had the piss taken out of you so much And I think when it comes to you, you are so soft and so kind, but when you see people hurt the people you love, that's when your like mama bear has come out.
I think that's true. I will. It's unfortunate for a lot of people, because if you hurt somebody of mine, that's it. Forget it. I'm never going to forgive you for that. I don't care what you've done to me, but don't hurt someone of one of my own.
Same with me.
So I don't care whether you do eviscerate me. I really don't care. But do it to somebody I love, and that's it. You're in so much trouble, because I will not forgive you. I will not forgive you ever. So don't.
Yeah.
And I think I'm glad that we've all got that sort of same thing. A lot of we will not betray each other on that count. We won't be okay. Oh, I like this person, so you've got to like this person. Even if I couldn't stand that person, you would say why and understand it, and then say, look, I can't be friends with you because my mom cannot stand you. I'm sorry. I really am.
I wouldn't even say that. I just don't talk to them. Or if something happened, I would be like, say, how dare you?
You would try and understand why I wouldn't like that person. There would be logic behind it.
There'd be logic behind it, but like, because I don't think you dislike people for no reason. There's always a reason.
Of course. Yeah.
And I feel like that again, going back to being brought up in one room, you just have each other's back. And when you learn to have each other's back in friendship, you give people like that same relationship that you don't have with family.
I think do it from day one, as in sorry to interrupt, when from the time your baby is born, ensure that kindness all the time, and not so much kindness that you're run over, but strong in themselves, but kind. I mean, this is part of what we do. Even if you're not spiritual in any way, even if you don't believe in anything, even if you're an atheist, doesn't matter. But just be strong inside yourself and strong enough to have principles and be good to each other and kind to each other. That's all. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't man, woman, child, or whatever.
Talking about women and friendships, there's one group that I did miss is my cheese girls. Is that I have a group of 5 friends who we've known for quite a few years now. I think about 9 years now. And we meet and we discuss love, life, and cheese over everything. And one of our girls has passed away. She passed away from cancer, and her birthday is due coming up in April. But it will be a year this year for her to pass. And I was just going to say that on International Women's Day, like with that group of girls, we may not see each other every day, but whenever we do meet, we always have like that
something
strength.
Common,
but like we are able to vent to each other about everything that's going on in our lives and always be there for each other and
not be judged.
Never be judged. And in our group chat as well, we think of each other, we know each other, we'll send it like links of what each other like. And I remember our girl Aki, she had cancer, and unfortunately she did pass, but she was one of the ones that kept our group like together, because she was always saying like, let's meet up here, and now all of us are making a conscious effort to do that.
Yes, so that not carpe diem per se, but to say that
life is short
and make the most of everything.
Stop saying like, oh, I'll do it later, like,
that's never going to happen.
This is what happens. The group chat never comes into what's the word?
Fruition.
Yeah. And now I'm just saying to you guys, make the group chat, especially your girls, because your girls are the ones that are going to be there for you from like the worst moments of your life to the best.
Anyone who thinks like that, said whom is stuck by you through thick and thin. Don't forget that bond. Don't forget your gratitude towards that person, because believe me, it's not easy to have those people with you.
All right, guys, I'm going to end the podcast on that. And I'm going to say Happy International Women's Day to everybody. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and I hope everyone celebrated all the powerful, amazing women, friendships, sisterhood, motherhood, all of you guys in your life. And I will catch you on the next one. Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye.